Are you absolutely exhausted by the thought of spending your entire afternoon stuck in an endless DMV line? Yeah, me too. But hey, the good news? You literally don't have to do that anymore. Today, you are going to discover the simple, straightforward online steps to renew your Washington State vehicle registration in just a matter of minutes. Welcome to this explainer on how to renew your vehicle registration online in Washington. I'm super excited to be your guide today. We are going to completely bypass those physical offices and use the state's website to get you back on the road without the headache. Here's our game plan for today. 1. Why renew online? 2. Your pre-renewal checklist. 3. Step-by-step walkthrough. 4. Troubleshooting common issues. 5. Confirming your renewal. And 6. Maintenance tips and disclaimer. All right, let's jump right in.
Section 1. Why renew online? The benefits of skipping the physical line. Beyond the obvious perk of doing this in sweatpants from your couch, an online renewal is just the ultimate time-saving solution for maintaining compliance with state laws. Because, honestly, the real-world stakes of an expired registration are pretty high. Sure, avoiding lines saves you a ton of time, but staying compliant actually protects your wallet. If you happen to forget to renew, Washington State enforces a late penalty of $145 for tabs expired up to 2 months, and it just jumps even higher after that. Even more critical, if you are expired past 45 days, you face the very real risk of vehicle impoundment. Nobody wants that. So, getting this done efficiently online isn't just convenient, it's financially protective. Section 2. Your pre-renewal checklist. Gather these items before logging on. So before we actually fire up the state's website, let's build your toolkit. Getting the stuff together first ensures you won't awkwardly time out of the system while you're scrambling for paperwork. You're going to need your license plate number or your VIN, which, by the way, you can usually find right on your driver's side door jamb or peeking through the bottom of your windshield on the dashboard. You absolutely must have an unexpired Washington driver's license to register a vehicle in the state. That's a non-negotiable. You'll also need your current primary residential address ready to enter, an accepted online payment method, and in some cases, your proof of insurance.
Section 3. Step-by-step online walkthrough. Navigating the Washington DOL portal. With all our documents sitting ready on the desk, let's go ahead and navigate the official Washington Department of Licensing website together.
The state actually gives you 2 distinct pathways for online renewal. On one side, we have the License Express account. Now, this one requires setting up an account and logging in with multi-factor authentication, or MFA. It's incredibly secure and really ideal if you want full, long-term management of all your vehicles, driver's licenses, and email preferences. On the flip side is the no log-on or quick renew option. You literally need no account for this. You just enter your license plate and some basic details for a fast checkout. Do you want full control, or are you just in a huge hurry? You can choose whichever route best fits your needs. Okay, here is the exact sequence of actions. Step 1, navigate to the official Washington DOL website. Step 2, click on the Renew tabs section. Step 3, either authenticate into your License Express account or just enter your plate number for quick renew. Step 4, you'll verify your vehicle details like its weight class if you happen to drive a larger truck, and you'll select your preferred renewal duration. Finally, Step 5, you will review your total fees and proceed straight to the checkout screen. And here is exactly how your final bill breaks down. Washington's fee structure can seem a bit complex, but it makes total sense when you pull it apart. Everyone pays the state flat fees, which generally hover around $60.25. But your total might be higher based on 3 specific things. First, if you live in a Sound Transit district, like King, Pierce, or Snohomish counties, you pay a regional tax based on your car's original MSRP. Second, if you drive an electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid with over a 30-mile range, there is a specific EV surcharge between $75 and $225 to support transportation electrification. Finally, local transportation benefit district fees might add up to $50 depending entirely on your specific city. When it comes time to actually pay those fees online, you really need to know your options. The system accepts Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and e-checks. However, here is what trips a lot of people up. Discover cards are not accepted online. If you want to use a Discover card, or physical cash for that matter, you unfortunately have to visit a physical licensing office or a sub-agent.
Section 4. Troubleshooting common issues. Overcoming digital roadblocks. Even the best systems have their hiccups, so here is how to navigate around them to keep moving forward.
Actually, before we even fix portal errors, I really need to share a massive security warning that is plastered across official state resources right now. The Washington DOL will never send you a text message demanding payment for tickets, fines, or registration. If you get a text with a link asking for a vehicle payment, delete it immediately. It is a known scam targeting Washington drivers, and we do not want you falling for it. Now for actual portal issues. If you've just forgotten your License Express password, simply use the reset link right on the login page. Easy enough. If you have an address mismatch, listen closely. Providing false address info is a serious offense, so you must update your primary residence in the system before you pay. For any weird, glitchy technical errors, you can always email online services help at dol.wa.gov. And if you are entirely blocked because you are a new resident missing your title, well, you can't renew normally yet. You're likely going to need to apply for a 60-day temporary permit at an office while you wait for your paperwork to sort itself out. Section 5, confirming your vehicle renewal, securing your tabs. Okay, so you've clicked submit and paid your fees. Now let's make sure you actually get those color tabs in the mail. The very moment your payment processes, you must always check your email for a digital confirmation receipt. This is your immediate proof of compliance. If you do not see this receipt in your inbox or, your spam folder shortly after paying, it probably means the transaction didn't actually finalize, and you should log back in or contact the DOL right away to verify. Once it's confirmed, here is the timeline you should expect. Day 1 is your online submission and getting that digital receipt. Over days 2 through 5, the state processes the transaction and physically prints your new registration and tabs. Between days 5 and 14, those physical documents will arrive at your verified mailing address. If you hit that 2-week mark and your mailbox is still empty, you definitely need to follow up with your local licensing office. Section 6, maintenance tips and disclaimer. Staying compliant year-round. Let's make sure you never have to stress out about losing track of your vehicle registration in the future. The absolute best way to guarantee year-round peace of mind is to let digital tools do the heavy lifting for you. First, log into License Express and opt into paperless email reminders. The state is trying to shift away from bulky paper mailers anyway. Just make sure to add no reply at notifications.dolwa.gov to your email's safe sender list so those reminders don't end up in your spam folder. I also highly recommend just setting up an automated recurring calendar reminder on your personal phone a month before your tabs expire. Lastly, stay informed on state laws. For instance, keep an eye out for the phased rollout of the road usage charge program slated to begin in July 2026, which may entirely shift how we calculate vehicle taxes based on mileage instead of flat fees.
And as we conclude this instructional guide, please note, this explainer is meant for informational purposes and should not be considered legal or tax advice. Laws and fees change, so always refer directly to official Washington state resources or consult a legal expert for the most current and specific guidance regarding your unique vehicle situation.
Well, you did it. You have successfully navigated the system, stayed perfectly compliant with the law, and completely bypassed that physical DMV line. Now that you've secured your registration online in just minutes, the only question left is what are you going to do with all your extra free time today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy driving!